agree. You absolutely love to see it. There are multiple government agencies that have not only been stealing our money, our taxpayer money. And by the way, if you're, in the UK or Canada or somewhere else, we all understand each other. I'm sure there's some BS organizations where you live too that are stealing your tax dollars and spending it on crap that you don't agree with either. So now that DOGE has been kind of exposing a lot of it, but also starting to hit some roadblocks, many people, including myself, have wondered what's going on with, what these people are doing seems to be criminal, right? What these people are doing seems to be criminal. What's going on? I mean, shouldn't some of these people be charged? Well, Donald Trump announced criminal charges for places like USAID after DOGE has now covered wild abuse. And this is what I voted for. Let's look at the story. By the way, I know I've talked to you guys a lot about taking on the big guys on Amazon. I'm going to put a link to my Amazon store. Basically, everything is in stock from my company, Coffee Brand Coffee. I'm going 100% at companies like Bones Coffee and what's the woke army one? I forget their name. Black Rifle, but I need reviews. So I'm hoping that I can get 200 people today to either just search up Coffee Brand Coffee on there, or I'll put the link in the description to my Amazon store. You can get all our full selection, all available on Amazon, most of it available for next day or prime shipping. And it's cheaper than even on my website. I'm making far less money to sell it on Amazon, but it's time to get in there and compete. If it's not prime now, it's already been shipped, so it's going to ship much quicker than they say. Our gingerbread coffee is up there, and it's the last time you're going to be able to get it until Christmas. There's only a few left of both the 6-pack or the single packs or the 6-packs. Our 6-packs are on discount. Everything's on sale or cheaper there. Free shipping. I'm trying to get 200 reviews today. So there's a link in the description, or if you go search like blueberry coffee or strawberry coffee or Coffee Brand Coffee, you're going to find it. Please help me get in the fight with them. I'm sure that we have something that you're going to love. Federal workers at USAID could find themselves behind bars for fraud after DOGE uncovered a new massive spending scandal at the program. Pete Morocco, Deputy Administrator Designate at USAID, provided the Foreign Affairs Committee with a briefing on Capitol Hill yesterday while discussing a review of foreign aid implemented by President Donald Trump. Morocco told the committee he is considering sending criminal recommendations to the Justice Department regarding actions within USAID being exposed by Elon Musk. I mean, I think what these people are doing is criminal. And I also think the more that, people dig in on the topic, they're going to find more and more waste and abuse. They're going to find more and more government kickbacks. They're going to find more and more, payments, payoffs, and things like that. Now, I'm not saying I have any evidence of it, but I'm saying I'm pretty dang sure that it exists. And when they find it, I want these people to go to prison because they stole my money. If you're in the UK, you're in Canada, you're some other nation, you're in Australia, and you found out your government was taking your tax dollars and using it to buy off other governments or buy off other people, things of that nature, I think we'd all agree, right? This is not okay. Morocco told the committee, apparently there's still judicial action that has even come out as of late this morning. Representative Keith Self, Republican of Texas, who was told in the meeting, told DailyMail.com in an exclusive interview, they intend to refer USAID officials to the Department of Justice. He's sharing now, noting how fraud is a criminal act. Well, yes, it is. It is a criminal act. I think we agree on that. You see, if they are detecting outright fraud, not just bad programs, not just ignorable programs, ignoble programs, sorry, and not just programs that don't support the national interest of the United States. If they're finding fraud, then absolutely the wrongdoers should be prosecuted. I mean, how many of these scumbags are just freaking the F out right now? I guarantee you there is fraud in USAID. I guarantee you there's insane government payoffs. Self-noted that Morocco said and USAID would not share their plans for criminal recommendations unless they had a rock-solid paper trail. You're going to have a paper trail to prove that stuff. And I doubt that they would ever refer to anyone without a strong paper trail. And that's fine by me. Have the evidence. You know, you should have the evidence. That's all fine by me. He briefed the full House Foreign Affairs Committee, Democrats and Republicans, that the waste, fraud, and abuse at USAID was far more severe than initially presumed. He told lawmakers that multiple referrals to the Justice Department for criminal prosecution were being considered. The conduct in question arose because of USAID's decentralized accountability that often left grantees on the ground of using American tax dollars in whatever way that they felt were appropriate and potentially illegal. Though Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been tasked to lead USAID, Morocco is the one running point on one of the many agents' operations. I mean, again, are there people that worked at or for USAID that aren't criminals? I certainly expect so. I would certainly hope so. All right. Like, to me, that's, that's, I would hope that there's like one or two jerks that did bad things. And then I hope that they get what they have coming to them. And that is real prison time. You know, you see hundreds of U.S. diplomats decry dismantling of USAID in letter to Rubio. When did it become so like, how do I say this? Like, when did it become a fact that the United States had to fund everything around the world? That is charity. That is not, we are not legally bound to put together trans comic books in Colombia, or to make transgender mice, or to, put a Iraqi Sesame Street show. That's not our responsibility. Let the Taliban pay for that. They've got plenty of poppy seeds to sell. All right? I don't want to pay for this stuff. You see, the solution to the problem is obvious. Congress must quit sending the money to USAID. Republicans now control the House and Senate. Oh, yeah. So this is a response, by the way, to the Supreme Court ruling yesterday. It's actually not as bad as initially thought. There are there are several other avenues that the U.S. government can do to stop funding USAID. Like, even though the Supreme Court said, oh, well, you have to honor these multi-billion-dollar commitments. Well, you can't honor a multi-billion-dollar commitment if the agency doesn't exist. You could dissolve USAID. You could dissolve the agency that gives them the money. There are many, many end arounds apparently now. You see the Wiltie report here. Justice. President Trump considering criminal charges for USAID staff. I mean, obviously, if you're just some paper pusher there, I don't think you should be going to prison for just doing your job, so to speak. But I will say that if there are people there that committed crimes, just like this, for the love of God, arrest somebody. You see the list released, all, creeps jail. J6 prisoners, all free. JFK, RFK, MLK files released. Embezzled Ukraine funds, tracked and returned. Insider trading stopped, violators in prison. I mean, Big Pharma destroyed and sued to oblivion. USAID money into politicians' pockets, found and returned. Federal Reserve destroyed. Traffickers stopped. Stock market manipulation stopped. Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell, Adam Kinzinger, jailed. These are things that people want. It's not enough in most Americans' minds to just say, oh, yeah, we fired him. Like, we don't care. I don't care that you fired that guy at the FBI. I want an investigation opened. And it sounds like that's actually getting up to the top. You have more than 700 people signing onto this letter. A U.S. official speaking on the condition of anonymity said, the decision to freeze and terminate foreign aid, contracts, and assistance awards without any meaningful review jeopardizes our partnerships with key allies, erodes trust, and creates openings for adversaries to expand their influence. They are fear-mongering. They are fear-mongering, saying, well, if you don't keep funding transgender mice, then, Putin wins. That's quite frankly exactly what they're saying. They're saying, oh, Putin wins if you don't fund all these insane programs. Or, random bad guy. The Republican president pursuing what he has called an America First agenda. The decision to freeze and terminate foreign aid, contracts, and assistance awards without any meaningful review jeopardizes our partnerships with key allies. Again, that's all about fear-mongering. The Republican president, pursuing what he has called an America First agenda, ordered a 90-day pause on all foreign aid on his January 20th return to office. All of these people who have been probably using this money as bribes, how much of that 20 million that we supposedly put towards, the Afghani Sesame Street show, how much of the $20 million actually went to that production? That's what people like me want to know. And how much of it went to warlords? And it's not just USAID. I want them to continue going. I want them to gut the IRS. I want them to figure out what's going on there. I want more and more and more transparency. And I want anyone who broke the law in jail. And Pam Bondi, I haven't forgotten about that treasure trove of files you said. So I'm still waiting on that. I hope you're informed by this video. Please do go over to Amazon, type in strawberry coffee or blueberry coffee or coffee brand coffee, or use the link in the description. Try just one of my products. And please help me reach 200 new reviews today. I know so many of you have, already tried my products. I'm offering you a cheaper, faster way to get them. Less profit for me, but an opportunity for us to go up against Black Rifle Coffee and Bones Coffee and all these other coffee companies and really be the first YouTuber coffee or influencer coffee brand that has grown to be, in grocery stores. That's what I want. I want to be in grocery stores and convenience stores by the end of next year. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.